about using many fun and different creatures to battle and become a champion. But one morning I woke up and said to myself, hey, I don't want to have fun playing my favorite video game. I want to put myself through hell. And I decided to try and beat Pokemon using only MURKROW, who is my favorite Pokemon. But MURKROW, not so good. And I've now wasted hours, if not days of my life, on a dumb Pokemon challenge. And led myself to an existential crisis about why I waste my time watching pixels on a screen, fight other pixels on a screen. But alas, here we are. The rules are, no items in battle except held items, no Pokemon other than MURKROW, and no overleveling. And yeah, here's the challenge. When I got to the first gym, I didn't have much of a strategy, to be honest, because I genuinely did not know what I could do against the Onix. So I kind of just went in there and hoped to RNG my way through the gym, and I can't even, like, explain what happened, so I'm honestly just gonna roll the clip of the first gym fight. Doesn't even matter that he hits me with tackle, because I die in 2 hits anyway. Okay. Flinch! Nice. Flinch! Nice! Flinch! Yes! Okay. Kill it! Motherfucker! Wait! Yes! 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 I'm free! The second gym leader, Misty, was honestly also just as hard as the first gym leader. The Starmie would outspeed me, one-shot or two-shot me, and the only way that I could one-shot it was with a critical hit, so I needed a critical hit. But it just so happens that even a critical hit didn't kill, but, like, literally, I had to crit it twice in order to beat the gym battle, and, yeah. So that was awesome. The third gym genuinely felt impossible. The Raichu would one-shot me every time. The Pikachu would paralyze me with static. The Voltorb would confuse me, lower my stats. It was obnoxious. After at least 100 attempts, I managed to get the perfect luck in order to stop the Raichu from attacking 4 times in a row and get the gym badge. But damn, that took forever, and was genuinely the longest part of this run so far. MURKROW is a flying type, but my MURKROW knows a grand total of 0 flying type moves. And the 4th gym is the grass gym, so I was actually kind of worried about this gym. Erica led off with her first Pokemon, which missed all its attacks, allowing me to scooch by unscathed. And then she went into her second Pokemon, Tangela, which just wasted its turn using Ingrain and died. So it ended up becoming a 1v1 between me and the Vileplume. And the Vileplume almost para-hacked me to death, and I was hanging on by a thread, but I did end up beating the Vileplume. So that was the 4th gym badge, and honestly wasn't too bad considering I have no grass-type moves. So I could move on to the next gym, which was a lot harder to... I'm just gonna cut to the chase. I literally beat the 5th gym without taking a single hit. It was, like, really damn easy. So I'm just gonna take this time to nicely ask you to please subscribe to my channel. It would mean a lot. This is my first video, and I'm trying to make it as a YouTuber, see if I can do it, and it would mean the world if you could subscribe, like, share, all that. I don't want to be that type of guy to be like, oh, subscribe every 5 seconds, so I'm just going to ask this one time, please, 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 can you subscribe? It would make me so happy. I'm really trying to hit maybe like 100 subscribers by, who knows, maybe March. That would just be the world to me. Thank you so much if you do, and even if you don't, hey, at least you're watching my videos, and that means a lot to me, so thank you for everything, and thank you for watching this far. Gym 7 was genuinely the easiest part of this run. I mean, like, it's a Psychic type gym, the Dark type was created to counter Psychic types. I literally, like, 1 or 2 shot everything in this gym, so I'm not gonna waste anybody's time. If you're so curious, you can literally watch the footage just on screen right now. I literally 1-shot everything, and I'm really happy. That's a nice break, because this run's been very difficult so far. So, yeah, we can move on. The Fire Gym, honestly, the attempt that's shown was not that bad. It looked like it was pretty easy, but I had perfect luck there. I dodged 2 Fire Blasts, the Pokemon were immobilized, and in the unedited footage, I had to do at least 10, 20 attempts. It was honestly a really hard gym battle, but there have been worse ones so far in this run, so I can't complain. Because compared to, like, the Electric Gym, I would say that gym battle was not too bad, but it did help me realize my moveset needs some updating. So after the 8th gym, I did end up updating my moveset, so that was also some foreshadowing there. But otherwise, gym battle, pretty not bad compared to the other ones. 10, 20 attempts, that's not as bad as 100, because that was the Electric Gym. So yeah, moving on. The 8th gym, the final gym, honestly, wasn't too bad. I definitely had some struggles with the damn Nidoqueen that kept poisoning me every time I hit it. And then the Nidoking would not die. And he kept hyper potioning the freaking Nidoking, and I couldn't kill it. And it took me like at least 15 attempts maybe, but honestly, wasn't too bad. But it did help me realize the flaws of my Murkrow. A, its stab wasn't very strong. B, status move of Attract, not consistent, because I couldn't use Attract on the Nidoqueen, which was because it was a female. So I needed to switch out that. So I ended up deciding on the moveset of Protect, Toxic, Feint Attack, and Fly, because Feint Attack, for some fucking reason, is the strongest dark move you can use. But we're on to the Elite Four now, and that is awesome. So, yeah. The Elite Four, the penultimate fight to the champion. The hardest part of the run. What a way to start off with it, other than the hardest fight of the fucking run. Lorelei genuinely made my life hell. It took me over 150 attempts to beat this. It took me hours upon hours to beat this. And I had to get perfect luck. I had to make sure the Dugong didn't hit me, which was already hard enough. And then, even if the Dugong didn't hit me, she still had 4 Pokemon left. So I was kind of screwed there. So I had to Theory Craft. So I ended up Toxic Stalling the Dugong, and then I would use Feint Attack twice on the Slowbro, so that I could get it into one-shot range. And then the Lorelei would just Full Restore, because it took damage from the Hail. But that's okay, because I went for another Feint Attack, doing a decent little chunk. Then I went for Feint Attack again, which was great. And the Slowbro kept going for Yawn, even though Murkrow has Insomnia, so the AI kind of helped me there, which was great, because I needed that help. But next up with Jinx, and Jinx could literally 1 or 2 shot me, but luckily I crit it with Feint Attack, and it died in 1 shot. So we move on to the Lapras, who just was so bulky, but I got the Toxic off, but the Ice Beam did more than half of my fucking health. And I was honestly like, damn, this is how I lose, like, this run is impossible. But I Protect, take some more toxic damage, and I heal some more. And then I click the Fly, so I can get more a turn of safety, leftovers, stuff like that. Which is why I'm running Fly, for the Toxic Stalling benefit. But then when I landed, I took damage, and I barely live on 34 HP. And I use that time to leftovers heal, and then I Protect, which honestly was the right plan. I'm so glad I had Protect on this moveset, because without it, this battle would have been impossible, because the leftovers are carrying this run. And then I just went for Fly, so I could have another turn of safety. And that's how I killed Lapras. And then the last Pokemon, Cloyster, honestly, sold. Cloyster should have killed me, I was low. But it went for Spikes, and then it just spammed Protect and Hail the rest of the battle. And it honestly took so long to kill this Pokemon, but I was so happy I finally beat this run. I was screaming, I was happy, I was in a Discord call with like 5 of my friends. I was so freaking ecstatic, because this battle was so insanely difficult. Like, I cannot even like tell you how hard this was. I had a headache, I was tired, because I sat at my computer for like at least 8 hours straight doing this battle, because I was not getting up till I was done with this battle, because I wanted to get this video out by Sunday, and I'm hoping that is when the video gets out. We'll see. There should be a community post saying if I got it out on time or not, but I hope I did. And eventually I did kill the Cloyster, which was annoying, because Lorelei would just Full Restore it, which literally she was just wasting my time. But we beat the Cloyster, and it showed me the issue with my moveset is I didn't have any setup moves, and I felt like setup moves would be helpful. The next 2 fights, honestly, weren't too bad, but, spoilers, the Dragon type Elite Four was so hard I had to change my moveset mid-type. Luckily, I already had the TMs and everything, so I could just change the moves out, but it was so hard, dude. I spent almost as much time on the Dragon type Elite Four as I did the Ice type, which is crazy, because you would think the Ice type would be 10 times harder, because Murkrow can't take Ice type moves, but you'd be surprised. But yeah, that's how I beat the Elite Four, the first Elite Four member. And then we move on to the next fight, and the next fight was fighting. And fighting, I was not too worried about it, but then I saw that they had an Onix, so I was a little worried about the Onix. So, yeah, that was for sure. I was definitely worried about the Onix, because it gave me some PTSD from the first gym. Because y'all remember the first gym, bro. I had a hell of a time with the Onyx. But I went for Feint Attack, and I just one-shot it. And that literally was perfect. And then I just spammed Fly, to be honest. And I did not know that Medicham can hit me while flying. But apparently it can. And then I just kept using Fly. And I literally just killed everything. And I was kind of scared of the defense raise on the Machamp. But its cross-chop missed. Which I actually don't know if that cross-chop would have killed. But I'm not too worried about if it would or wouldn't have killed. Because I feel like I could have beat this gym easily. I literally just spammed Fly on everything. And then I would just Feint Attack the Onyxes. Because they have 2 for some reason. Which I don't understand why the fighting type gym leader has 2 Onyx. But whatever. But yeah, I would just Feint Attack the Onyx. And it went for Double Edge, which is nice. Because I'm not weak to Double Edge. And I beat the fighting type gym leader very quickly. Which was great. Nice little break. And then Ghost type was also easy. Because I was a Dark type. And I could just spam Feint Attack. The Gengar just went for Double Team. Which didn't do anything. Because you literally can't miss Feint Attack. And then next up was the Golbat, which I wasn't too worried about. I just hit Fly on it, dodged a Confuse Ray. And then I take an Air Cutter, but it didn't do too much altogether. Then I just Fly again, get that leftovers healing, and I'm basically full health again, which is great. And the Arbok comes in, which was the only real struggle with the Ghost Elite Four member. I just Feint Attacked it, though. And then it went for Screech, which was fine, because, like, I would rather take a Screech than an attack. Then I Feint Attacked again. Then I just killed it. It was, like, not too bad. But I was kind of annoyed with the attack drop. And then the Gengar, I just Feint Attacked. And then it went for Hypnosis, but I have Insomnia, which actually has been carrying so far. I'm surprised that Insomnia actually did anything. But I level up here. And then I get the Haunter. And I don't understand why Haunter's the ace, but I literally one-shot the Haunter. But Lance, bro. I literally changed my moveset for Lance, as you can see. And basically what I did is I would Toxic Gyarados and set up on it. Because Gyarados didn't have any moves that really hurt me. So I would just set up on the Gyarados. I would set up 6, as many double teams as I wanted. I tried to get 6 though. And then I would set up as many commands as I could. So I could one-shot everything with Feint Attack. Because the Aerodactyl that Lance had was genuinely the bane of my existence. It was because it's faster than my Murkrow. Which is crazy. And I was like genuinely unsure how I could beat this gym. So I had to change my moveset. Because I tried it with the moveset I had earlier, but it just wasn't working. Because even if I got past the Aerodactyl, the Dragonairs would just paralyze me and just whittle me down, and I'd just lose. So I had to eventually change my moveset, which was unfortunate. But, as you can see, and I knew that he would full restore there, but so that's why I went for the Toxic, but unfortunately I missed, but that's not too big of a deal, so I just went for it again. I just eat a Twister, and that's honestly not bad. That's like 20 damage, which is honestly fine. And then I would just keep double teaming. And then, as you can see, the Gyarados kind of made this really easy because the Gyarados could not land an attack to save his life, so it allowed me to set up on it and sweep the gym. So then I started Calm Minding, and then he just misses his Dragon Rage. And I am able to survive one Rock-type move from the Aerodactyl, that's the good thing. So I wasn't too worried about getting hit by an Ancient Power, because the move was Ancient Power that he would use. And the Gyarados dies, which is great. So that gives me hope that this is possible because I'm fully double teamed, and I have Calm Mind a couple times. And then for some reason I went for double team again, even though I was +6. I was losing my mind when I recorded this. So then I Toxic, and the Aerodactyl was on a timer now. Then I just start Calm Minding again because I'm just hoping that he doesn't hit me because I need at least 5 Calm Minds to one-shot the Dragonairs because I don't want to get paralyzed because getting paralyzed would be really bad because paralyzed is so annoying. So I just kept Calm Minding, and eventually he ran out of PP for Ancient Power and started going for Hyper Beam. And Hyper Beam isn't 100% accurate, so I thought I knew he wouldn't hit it. And then I just went for the Feint Attack, and I was +6 in Special Attack and Special Defense, and I was +6 Evasion. So I was like, yeah, we got this. And I was so happy because this gym was genuinely so hard. But we move on to the final one after this, which was the Champion. And the Champion was difficult. It was difficult, I can't lie. But it was not as difficult as the Ice type, the Electric type, and the Dragon type. Those were the hardest parts of this run, and the Rock type. But he leads off with a Pidgeot, so I Toxic it. Because, like, that's the strategy that I've been going with. And it hits me with Sand Attack, which is fine, because, like, Feint Attack literally can't miss. So I just start double teaming. But I didn't know this thing had Aerial Ace, which could hit through double team, because it's 100% accurate. So I ended up in a position where I was actually taking hits, so I couldn't just spam double team, but I wasn't too worried about it. So I just went for the Feint Attack, take it out right then and there. Then he sends in a Rhydon, and the Rhydon is really scary, because Rhydon is Rock type. But I just Feint Attack it, he misses, and then I Feint Attack it again, and it dies. Which is great. And then he sends in a Gyarados. And I don't know what it is with Gyaradoses, but I literally just use him to set up. Also, there was, like, an Alakazam, but I just one-shot that. Like, I feel like I literally one-shot his Alakazam every single time in this entire run. But I literally fully set up on this Gyarados, because I'm pretty sure it had, the exact same moveset as Lance's Gyarados, but with Hydro Pump. So it was literally setup fodder, so I just set up on it the entire time. And yeah, I just kept double teaming, and I don't know how he hit a Hydro Pump, because I feel like Hydro Pump you can't hit it anyway with no evasion boost, but I was +6 evasion. And then I Calm Minded up a little bit. And then I think I went to +6 because, like, I had free setup turns, and I wanted to make sure that I could just sweep through the gym. And then I just kept Calm Minding, and yeah, eventually I was +6, +6 in evasion too, and I was not going to take a hit. And even when I did take a hit, it wasn't doing too much, because I don't know why, but my Murkrow, I felt like he was hella bulky. But I don't know, maybe I'm just lucky. And then I would Feint Attack once I was +6. I don't know why I went for another Calm Mind. I think I was just losing my mind. But honestly, the run wasn't too bad. Why I would one-shot the Gyarados, I one-shot the Arcanine, because Feint Attack's special in this game, because the physical special split hasn't happened yet. And then he sent in his Venusaur, which I almost one-shot. But it lives by a sliver. But he just full restores it, and then I kill it next turn. And that was the Murkrow only challenge. This challenge took me like 2 or 3 days of recording, like all day recording and then editing. And this was like my first video, so editing was difficult. But like, thank you for watching, like and subscribe, and I'm going to try and get videos out once or twice every week. Thank you. Bye.